Hi guys, while I and others are critical of the media giving Reform UK a disproportionate platform when the Liberal Democrats and the Greens don't even get anywhere near as much coverage, allowing them to speak is a bit of a double-edged sword for the party. Sarah Pochin being interviewed by Victoria Derbyshire is akin to watching Garry Kasparov play chess with Donald Trump. Here the newly minted Reform UK MP was asked about stopping the boats, and it didn't go well. Have a listen.
Nigel Farage says he would stop the small boats. How would Reform stop the small boats?
Reform clearly is one of Reform's key
How would you do it? How would you stop people getting into the boats?
So any illegal immigrants that come to this country will be detained and deported back to where they come from.
I'm not asking about before that. How would you stop them getting into the boats in the first place?
We have a border force that could currently turn those boats around. We have a deal with France. It's not working. We're paying money to France for what? The boats are still coming through. So
the border force
it's about a will.
Would what? Do what?
It's about a will of the government in power. The Conservatives didn't have the will to turn the boats around. The Labour Party does not have the will to turn the boats around. We've seen immigration grow even faster in the last 10 months under this Labour government.
But basically what you're saying to me is you wouldn't be able to stop people getting in the boats.
Reform are the only party that will try and turn those boats around by instructing Border Force to do precisely that, which is currently...
And taking them back to France?
Yes.
There's no bilateral agreement with France for this. There's nothing in it for them.
What Reform want to do...
Plus there's international maritime law.
What Reform want to do is anybody that comes here illegally is deported back to where they come from.
I know that. I was asking about how you'd stop them getting into the boats in the first place.
It's a joke, isn't it? They're an absolute joke of a party. So she's asked about how would you stop the boats from coming in the first place, and her response is, we're going to deport people. So either she didn't understand the question or she didn't listen to the question. But I don't think she actually has a functioning brain. I think she just is given talking points from Nigel Farage or Reform HQ. This is what you have to say. Don't respond to anything else. Just respond with these talking points. We're going to detain people and deport people. Now, when it comes to stopping the boats, she eventually had to say something, but it's exactly what Richard Tice has been saying over the last number of months and years. What we're going to do is we're going to push the boats back. Now, I said in a video some time back that in order to do so, you would need a navy 10 times bigger than the Royal Navy. And that would require all the ships of the Royal Navy in the Channel trying to push these boats back. Now, that will be illegal, as Victoria Derbyshire had pointed out. And then she said, well, we'll just take them back to France. But if France says no, then what do you do then? You know, these Brexiteers said it'd be a great idea to leave the European Union, then we'll be able to take back control of our borders. But as we've seen recently, even the Conservatives understand that that was a mistake if it's about sending people back to France. So there's no point saying we're going to send people back to France if France say no. And also, remember, these are people who don't want to be in France. So even if you did return them to the French coast, they just get in another boat and travel the very next day back to the UK. And this thing of instructing Border Force are not going to break the law. Civil servants are not going to break the law, because they are the ones who would be in jail, not the Prime Minister or government ministers. It would be the civil servants whose head would be on the chopping block. They'd be the ones facing the music. And this thing of, we just need people willing to turn the boats back. No, it's nothing to do with that. It's to do with respecting international law. Once again, these people who would be turning the boats back, they have said, we cannot do this. It's against the law of the sea. It's against international law. It's against our own morals, because you're putting people in danger by doing so. Reform UK are a joke party. And maybe, as I said at the beginning, it's a double-edged sword, because the more exposure they get, it boosts their profile somewhat. But the more we understand that they're an empty suit.